Okay, so you've shared something pretty interesting for us to get into today. It's Scaling Local's Guide, the definitive guide to the Scaling Local four-pillar catalyst.
That's the one.
And we thought, let's do a deep dive, sort of a shortcut, really, to unpack what this is all about, especially for someone wanting to get the core ideas quickly.
Makes sense. It's quite detailed.
Our focus is really understanding this four-pillar catalyst thing. What's it proposing for getting market dominance, specifically in Metro Vancouver's niche market, looking at, what, 2025 to 2027?
Exactly. And it seems very targeted towards potential P3 and P4 exclusive partners. That's clear from the material.
Right. So what jumped out at you first?
Well, the emphasis on integration. It's presented not just as, a list of services, but as a connected ecosystem designed to tackle some fundamental problems local businesses face.
Okay, let's talk about those problems. They mention a local growth ceiling, right? And these fatal flaws that stop businesses, even successful ones.
Yeah, they list a few key ones. One is inconsistent customer acquisition, relying on just one or two channels, maybe mostly word of mouth.
Which is great, but not always predictable.
Exactly, not scalable. Then there's the lack of documented systems and processes. They call it tribal knowledge, which I thought was quite descriptive.
Yeah, like everything's in someone's head. If they leave.
Precisely. Makes scaling incredibly hard. And what else? Commoditization. Struggling to stand out, basically getting dragged into price wars.
A race to the bottom, nobody wants that.
Right. And linked to that often is poor financial tracking, lack of KPIs.
Okay.
If you don't know your numbers, how do you prove profitability or make smart decisions?
Okay, so those are the big hurdles they see.
Yeah, they argue these flaws explain why many businesses just hit a wall.
So the solution they're putting forward is this four-pillar catalyst. How's that supposed to fix things?
It's positioned as this integrated ecosystem built around four core pillars designed to work together.
Okay, what are the four?
Pillar 1 is optimized visibility and lead flow. Pillar 2 is an integrated GHL automation engine.
GHL, go high level.
Yes, go high level. Pillar 3 is the exclusive AI agent and partnership advantage that one has a couple of interesting parts. And Pillar 4 is maximize asset value and exit strategy.
Got it. And they mentioned something called KRFT plus.
Yeah, that's their underlying methodology. Clarify, research, automate, funnel, track. And the plus is personalize. It seems to be the framework they apply across all the pillars.
Clarify, research, automate, funnel, track, personalize. Okay, so let's break down Pillar 1. Optimize visibility and lead flow. How does that tackle the inconsistent leads problem?
This is all about getting found. A key part is a premium SEO-optimized directory profile they offer.
In their own directory.
Yes. And what's interesting is they limit categories to max 7 members per niche. But for the exclusive partners, the P3, P4 level we mentioned,
Yeah.
they guarantee the #1 spot in that category within the directory.
Okay, #1 guaranteed. That's significant visibility within their system.
Definitely. Then there's the $400 direct co-op ad spend.
Co-op ads, how does that work?
The idea is pooling funds from members. So that $400 contribution goes into a much larger centrally managed ad budget. They're aiming for like $1 million plus annually across Metro Vancouver eventually.
$1 million. Wow, that gives you serious buying power.
Huge. Allows for much more sophisticated ad strategies, retargeting, things an individual small business probably couldn't afford or manage effectively. It's about smarter spending, not just more.
Okay, what else for visibility?
Features in their newsletters. They have 2. Local Growth Hacking Times, that sounds B2B, and Metro Vancouver Life, which seems more B2C. They project reaching over 1 million subscribers combined.
1 million. That's ambitious reach.
Very. And they back this pillar, at least the base P1 tier, with an ROI guarantee.
Oh, yeah. What's the guarantee?
For the $1,200 annual P1 investment, they guarantee a 300% return on that value within year 1. They contrast it with a basic $300 tier they're phasing out to sort of emphasize the value in the main package.
Okay, 300% ROI guaranteed on the $1,200 level. Interesting. Let's move to Pillar 2, the integrated GHL automation engine. Go high level. Why is that platform central?
Well, they state its use is mandatory. It seems to be the backbone for integrating everything. This pillar tackles the operational drag, the lack of systems.
So what kind of automation are we talking about?
They list some core implementations, missed call text back so you instantly re-engage missed calls, lead nurture sequences, automated follow-ups, appointment reminders.
To reduce no-shows? Yeah, that's huge.
Definitely. And review request automation to help build that online reputation systematically.
The stuff that eats up a lot of time manually, do they say how much time it could save?
They estimate potentially 5 to 10 hours a week, maybe more. But beyond time savings, it's about consistent follow-up, better customer experience, things
Yeah.
that directly impact revenue.
Right. Now, there's this foundational phase mentioned before the AI kicks in. What's that about? It's like 1, 2 months.
Yeah, exactly. It serves two main purposes. First, immediate value. You get the Pillar 1 visibility boost, the Pillar 2 automations start working, so you see benefits quickly.
Okay, some quick wins.
Right. But maybe more importantly, it's an intense info gathering stage for them. They dig deep into your specific business services, audience, value prop, operations, even your brand voice.
So they really need to understand the business inside out. Why?
Because all that gathered intelligence, that becomes the training data for the custom AI agent in Pillar 3.
Ah, okay, so it's not just plugging in some generic AI.
Exactly their point. A generic AI wouldn't have that deep context about your business, your market, your voice. This foundational phase makes the AI customization possible.
That makes total sense. Which brings us to Pillar 3, the exclusive AI agent advantage. This sounds like the core of their offer, maybe. Addressing differentiation, founder dependency.
It certainly seems like their main differentiator, yeah. They talk about developing and activating a custom-tuned AI agent built on Google's Vertex AI platform.
Vertex AI. Okay, that's Google's enterprise level stuff.
Right. And the MVP, minimum viable product for this agent, is targeted around month 6 or 7.
And what does this AI do? They call it a digital CMO COO.
Yeah, applying that Craft Plus framework we talked about, it's designed to automate things like creating marketing content drafts, maybe outlining SOPs based on what they learned.
Using the info from the foundational phase.
Exactly. Helping qualify leads, doing research, tracking data insights from the other pillars, personalizing communications, all while trying to mimic the business's specific brand voice.
Wow, that's ambitious. A digital brain for the business almost.
Kind of. And they call it a living system, meaning it's supposed to improve over time.
How?
Through Google's own AI updates, plus proprietary tools and improvements, Scaling Local develops based on feedback and data from all their partners. Continuous learning.
Okay. Now, Pillar 3 also had a Part B exclusivity and national revenue share. How does that fit?
This tackles market vulnerability, maybe income concentration risk. It's where the exclusive part really comes into play. They offer a lifetime exclusive license.
Lifetime. What does that mean exactly?
Clear means for your specific niche, say boutique dog groomers, in your defined territory, maybe North Vancouver, only one business ever gets the full 4-pillar Catalyst AI system.
Only one. Ever.
Ever. And that includes the guaranteed #1 directory spot and priority for organic leads coming through their platform for that territory.
Okay, that's a serious competitive moat they're offering. What about the revenue share? That sounded unique.
It is. It's pretty novel. As Scaling Local signs up other partners in the same niche but in different cities, say Calgary, Toronto, Seattle,
Yeah.
you, as the original founding partner in Metro Vancouver, get 15% of the ongoing annual license fees those other partners pay, starting from their second year.
15%. Recurring.
Recurring. They give an example. If they license it in 20 other cities, that could be around $9,000 a year in passive income for you, paid quarterly.
Wow. Okay. That aligns incentives, doesn't it? You want them to succeed nationally.
Absolutely. Fosters a real partnership dynamic, potentially.
Very interesting. Okay, let's get to the final pillar, Pillar 4, building maximum asset value. How does this all tie into making the business worth more in the long run?
This is about the end game, or at least long-term health. The argument is that implementing pillars 1, 2, and 3 inherently builds asset value.
How so?
Well, you're creating efficiency with automation, predictability with better lead flow and tracking, documented processes, partly via the AI helping with SOPs. All this makes the business less reliant on the owner.
Which buyers love, right? A business that can run without the founder being there 24/7.
Exactly. Plus, that lifetime exclusivity that's a tangible asset with real value. The potential passive income from the revenue share adds another layer. It all makes the business more attractive for a future sale or transition.
So it makes it more sellable and potentially worth more.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
They also mention providing access to frameworks, valuation concepts, and support for exit or succession planning down the line as part of this pillar.
Right, thinking strategically about the future. They also talk about synergy and the network effect. What's the point there?
That the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. The pillars aren't silos. They feed each other. Leads go to automation, data feeds the AI, exclusivity protects it all.
Okay, the integration is key.
Yes, and the network effect comes as their platform grows. As more businesses join the Metro Vancouver directory, they're targeting 2,500 plus members. And
Wow.
as the newsletters grow towards that million subscriber mark, the whole platform becomes more authoritative, gets more traffic, the co-op ad fund gets bigger, potentially hitting that $1 mil plus target.
And all of that lifts the tide for everyone, but especially the exclusive partners.
Especially them, yeah. Because they have that guaranteed top placement and priority lead flow within that growing ecosystem, it becomes a positive feedback loop.
Okay, that makes sense. Let's talk cost. Getting this founding partner exclusive AI license, all 4 pillars. What's the investment look like?
The total for year one is $25,000.
25,000. Okay. How is that broken down?
It's paid in 3 installments of $8,334 each. First one is due on signing that locks in your license, the revenue share, and kicks off that foundational phase.
Right.
Second installment is around month 4. That funds the AI development midpoint and covers the value delivered in the foundational phase.
Okay.
And the final $8,334 is due when the AI agent MVP is activated, which they target around month 6 or 7. That covers the AI launch and the rest of year one support.
And after year one?
It drops to $3,000 per year. That covers ongoing platform access, support, AI upgrades, new features, etc.
25K year one, then 3K annually ongoing. It's a significant investment. Did they address why it's priced that way? I think you mentioned FAQs.
They did. They justify the $25K based on the total value, the custom AI development, the lifetime exclusivity, the revenue share potential, the integrated system. The phased payments align with the rollout.
Okay.
They also reiterate why GHLs is required. It's the engine making it all work together. They explain the AI customization happens during that deep dive foundational
Yeah,
phase.
using your data.
Exactly. They clarify the timeline again. Value from P1, P2 starts quickly. AI MVP around months 6, 7. They spell out the exclusivity details again, 1 per nature territory, lifetime, #1 spot, priority leads. And the revenue share mechanics, 15% recurring on year 2, plus fees from other cities in your niche, paid quarterly.
So they try to preempt the main questions. What kind of business do they see as the ideal fit for this? Who are they looking for as a foundational partner?
They paint a picture of someone ambitious, an established local leader in one of their target niches, someone who sees the value in strategic tech investment, not just a cost, and importantly, someone ready for a collaborative partnership, not just looking to buy software off the shelf.
So established, ambitious, tech-savvy, and collaborative.
That seems to be the profile.
And finally, they mentioned urgency, scarcity. What was the angle there?
Just emphasizing that this specific offer, the integrated AI, the lifetime exclusivity, the national revenue share, is primarily for these initial founding partners in each territory, like niche and city territory. It's a limited time window during the launch phase.
So get in early for the best terms and the guaranteed spot.
That's the clear message. If the whole integrated approach sounds right, acting sooner rather than later is key to securing that unique combination of benefits.
Well, that was definitely a thorough walkthrough of the Scaling Local 4-pillar catalyst. It really does lay out a comprehensive, interconnected strategy.
It really does. What stands out is that blend, taking proven marketing and automation, layering on custom AI, and then adding those powerful business model elements like exclusivity and revenue sharing. It's quite a multi-layered approach.
For sure. So for you, the listener who sent this our way, hopefully this deep dive gave you a really solid grasp of what Scaling Local is proposing with this integrated system.
Yeah, the key takeaways really seem to be that structured solution for specific growth problems, the unique angle with the custom AI and lifetime exclusivity, and that potential for passive income. It's trying to hit both immediate needs and long-term strategic positioning.
A mix of the now and the next, you could say. So maybe the question to ponder as you think about your own business, considering how AI and market exclusivity might shape things down the road, what parts of these kinds of integrated growth strategies feel most relevant for you to dig into deeper right now?
That's a good question to leave people with.
Definitely something to think about. And of course, if you want even more detail on any specific pillar or concept we touched on, the original guide itself has a lot more information packed in there.